السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. With no introduction, we will just jump into the verse that we haven't studied last week. أرأيت إن كان على الهدى. Now, if anything comes up to us with a suggestion, do this or do that, how are we going to see whether this person, this idea is right or wrong? We have to check. We said we have free will and we have to use our free will and decide. There is no way to get a ready set. This is right, this is wrong. No one can say that this is absolutely right, this is absolutely wrong, and take this one from me and follow it. You will be guided. You will be on the right side. We have to use our own free will. We have to decide. We have to check. How are we going to check? We have to consult ourselves. I mean, we may have a hidden intention. We may have some restrictions for our decisions. Look, for example, I can follow the truth only if it fits my expectations, for example. You cannot find it. So you have to check within yourself. Even somebody may come to you and saying that this is a verse, this is the Qur'an and God's guidance, this is for sure. Again, at the end of the day, you have to decide yourself. Even it is from the Quran, or it is you who is going to interpret it, how to understand it. There is no absolute truth out there like a concrete object, like saying this is a pen, this is the right decision, this is the wrong decision, like this. For sure, no one can say that. That's why we have to look. If the suggestion comes to me, whether through a person or in my own imagination, in my own reflection, whether this is the right thing or not. How are we going to make sure? Is there any way, is there any way to make sure that what you are doing is absolutely right? Is there? No. Unless you decide and see that this is right, this is wrong, it is personal, it is called subjective. Subjective to you. That's why we have to be always on alert. What I am choosing is right or wrong. Let me sincerely consider it. Sincerely. What does it mean, sincerely? No one can say that I'm not sincere. No one says that I am not sincere. But everybody knows from within himself or herself that what I am doing is really right or wrong. That is up to the person himself. That's up to the person himself. I may cheat myself. I may pretend to be following the right way, but in fact, I am not really following the right way. My conscience should let me know by the potentially should let me know this is right or this is wrong. But everybody is, or most of the people love to see that, come on, tell me the right way, I will do it. There is no such thing. We have to know that. We have to check whether it is right or wrong by using our own human qualities, human potentialities, and be honest with ourselves. That is why this verse says, have you considered whether he is on the right way, the one who comes and makes you a suggestion, or an idea comes to you? Have you considered, have you ever thought whether it is right or wrong? Don't say that believing God is right. Have you considered about it? Have you reflected on it, contemplated on it, and have you made sure that within yourself, as much as you can, it is really right, without cheating yourself? Who can tell you that you are cheating yourself? No one. You can tell. You can tell. That is the seemingly problematic side of life, because we are left to ourselves. But at the same time, it is beautiful for humanity or any human being. Why? Who will tell me? It is very good that no one or nothing in your own self can make absolutely sure that this choice is right, this choice is wrong. Why do you think? It is very good to me. It is excellent to me. Anybody? Any idea? Why do you think it is very nice, excellent for human beings to be free within yourself? You are not bound to do anything external to you. Even the prophet comes to you, it is up to you to confirm whether he is a prophet or not. Comes to you with the most obvious evidence, it is up to you to confirm it or not. Gives you freedom. But with the freedom is double-sided sword. You know that. You can abuse it. You can use it. That's why we have to consider within ourselves whether what I am doing is right or wrong. Be honest with yourself. No one can give you an external yardstick or criterion. If you use this, you will never get lost. But be careful. Some religious people, they love quoting from the Qur'an, saying that Qur'an says, I am the criterion. Yes, that's correct. But criterion, that's what Qur'an says. If I say, no, not the Qur'an is criterion, I am the criterion. For example, if I say, what do you have to do? You have to check the Qur'an. You have to check what I'm saying, and ultimately, continue the sentence. Come on, ultimately.
Decide.
Sorry?
Decide.
You decide. Do you understand? So the Quran says, I am the criterion. What are you going to do? Let me see if you are the criterion. Again, ultimately, I will decide. So it gives you the freedom. Because only after the using your freedom that you make progress. Otherwise, if they put you in a cell or in a cell in the prison and make you do certain things, do you make progress? Force you. Imitate somebody, for example, without being convinced. Do you make progress? You go to the class, whatever teacher tells, you repeat what teacher says. Not learn and confirm within yourself. Do you learn? Come on, answer. Do you learn? Say it?
No.
Well, you don't learn. So look, if you don't use your freedom, it doesn't help. Do you understand? That's why not to have an external yardstick which makes you follow obviously obvious, absolutely clear, forces you to accept, is not human. It doesn't help you. That's what we have to understand. We have to understand this. To be free is an excellent quality of a human being, to be free. But at the same time, because you are free, you may cheat yourself and say, I'm a good person. My heart is clean. and then do whatever your ego wants to do. That's an option. But ultimately, the next verse will say, ultimately, you are able to recognize what you are doing is right or wrong. Ultimately.
I have a question. Sorry, I have a quick question about the being free. Why?
What question about
being free?
Being free. You said that being free is an excellent thing. Do you mind expanding on that for me, please? The reason why I ask is because what you said was being free gives us the opportunity to learn,
develop, progress,
to develop,
choose, search for the truth.
Well, why is that important?
Because otherwise you will be a robot. It's not human. It's not human.
I guess why is being human important?
Why is the human what?
Why is being human important?
Human.
Yes.
But it is you. I don't understand the question. It is you. You are responsible for yourself. What is important? What else is important?
I think I'm asking the question from God's perspective.
Who?
I'm asking the question from God's perspective because I'm asking why. I guess I'm asking.
Think about yourself. Don't you want to learn? Don't you want to choose the better way, better path for you? And don't you want to really make a progress and improve your human qualities, your talent?
I do.
Yeah. That is the only way. If I am not free, it means if I wasn't given more than one option to choose from among, I have to follow it. And they cannot make progress. For example, the difference between human beings and, as far as we say, animals. Animals have their freedom only within the capacity that they are given. They cannot really expand it. You cannot make a dog catch a mouse. Yeah? You cannot make it. That's what it is, and it cannot really improve its capacity, talent. But you can train a little bit within a limited field. But human beings have no limit to make progress. That's why we have to be very careful whether what comes to my mind or what I hear, whatever you may hear, you may think yourself, you may read from a text, whatever. The first thing you have to do is it the right way? To ask, is it the right way? And then I will just go to the next verse.
I wanted to ask something. You said that the question of whether this is right or wrong is subjective
To you.
to myself. and I should evaluate through myself as a criterion and whether it's right or wrong. I don't see that as, I find that difficult to grasp because I'm sure there's a lot of people that, including myself, want something to be a certain way and fool myself to believing that that's the right way to do it.
Yes, your choice.
But it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily my choice as in a conscious choice. I really do solemnly think that this is the right way. And everyone else can say the same thing about themselves.
Check yourself anytime. That's what you have to do. You cannot just follow it blindly. That's why you have to go over and over and over, as we do in this class. I think you are fed up with studying La ilaha illallah in this class. There's no end. In every subject, you have to go through, again, is it true? Not. Is it true or it is false? If it is false, I will reject it. Feel free within yourself, or you are free, in fact, but be aware of your freedom and use it. Once you say, I don't doubt about it, I'm absolutely on the right way, finish. It means, who will tell me? I'm not going to make further progress. I'm stuck there, finished, I'm finished. My abilities will not develop anymore. My talents will not increase or improve, will be improved anymore. It means no way for a human being to say that I am absolutely sure I'm done. Okay, you may say that, for example, if you want to go out from this room, you say, the door is there. Simple example. I always give example. Yeah, that's, you learned it. And so now I want to go out, and you go straight into, towards the door and walk out. That's your previous decision. And as you are going, for example, once you realize that door is locked, what do? You have to re-evaluate it. What am I going to do now? Door is locked. I cannot go out, and I want to go out. What is the, shall I call, investigate again? But without thinking, just going to the door and walking out is a decision made previously, and through your experience, you realize that it is correct for you. What you are doing, you are just renewing your previous decision. That's why the Prophet is narrated to have said, renew your belief with La ilaha illallah. What does it mean? Continues to go through this process. It means, well, this seems to be right, I'm going to do it. This seems to be right, I'm going to do it. If the door is locked, this is the right one, but I cannot use it. What shall I do now? Think about it again.
But your analogy is difficult to grasp in real life, because if there's a door that's locked, it's preventing you from going forward. But there are many decisions that you make that don't really prevent you from going forward. You still go forward. So how do you know that it's right or wrong? Because you can make a decision, you go forward, and that's it.
Then the door is locked. What are you going to do?
No, I'm saying there is no locked door.
Yeah.
Saying
Okay.
there's two doors.
But it is your choice. Do you think somebody stands up here and doesn't know that this way or this way he or she will go? No, they make the decision, but this decision doesn't take an hour or so. Very quick, because you have worked on it. For example, if you want to, if you have learned how to solve a problem, for example, by using a certain formula in mathematics, the first time it takes half an hour or maybe 1 hour, the second time 20 minutes, third time 5 minutes, and then it becomes very practical for you now to do it, and then in a minute or second. But still, it is a choice. The point is, we are given free will, and there is nothing out there in the universe makes you necessarily follow this way rather than that way. You are and I am, and we are left free. That's what we have to understand. And there is no external factor which forces me to follow. I am free to choose. I am free to decide. That is very good. Only through making decisions and using free will that we develop, we make progress. If someone says, for example, I am a Christian, I trust Jesus, that's what they say usually, and he is such and such, however they describe in various ways, and I'm done. Whatever they tell me, come to the church on Sunday and donate to the church. That's very important. So you have to donate to the church. And if the administration, or the priest or anybody, the pastor, asks you to do something, do it. Otherwise, finish. You are done. It means you are static. You are not making any progress. It's not good for you. What you have to do, anytime you come across a new situation, you have to reconsider. That is why, the reason the universe is continuously changing. This most obvious change is between day and night. And then less obvious change, you know that the sun is moving, and in a week time, you know that your nails have grown, the males, the hair has grown. Something continuously changing. You are full, you are hungry, you are tired, you need rest, like this. Change, depending on the lifespan. Some of them takes in a minute, some of them takes in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year, but continues to change. The seasons change. It is excellent. It is excellent. Seasons change. What does it mean? Asking me now to reevaluate your previous decision now. Is it really correct? So, I want to move to the, if you have further questions, I am open. Otherwise, I will move to the second verse. Amara bitaqwa. That is the most difficult word in the Quran. Or, my screen is not okay here. Or, sorry, or is concerned with God consciousness. The option comes to you. The option, either external from somebody or from your own imagination, from your own doubts, from your own life realities. So, God consciousness. God consciousness is a translation of taqwa. Taqwa means, it's a difficult word. Taqwa has many meanings, but the root meaning is trying your best to take refuge into the right one. Taqiyya is this, getting into the protection of somebody, for example. That is the right position now, taqwa. Or in practical terms, in this term that we are discussing now, being extremely alarmed not to make a wrong decision. Am I really wrong, right or wrong? Questioning this, giving an option. If there is no option, We will continue the sentence. If you are not given option, there is no opportunity to practice
To decide.
taqwa. Yeah, choose that this is better. This is right than other one. That's what I want. But if someone says, I am not, but it's his decision, I am not after the truth, after reality, so just I want to entertain my life. I want to enjoy my life. It means no taqwa. It means no choice. It means there's no way for this person to exercise his free will. Follow like a robot or whatever the way he follows. What is important? This is what I'm going to say is not a nice thing for you to hear, for me to. Deciding that I'm a very religious guy, I believe in God, I believe in Islam, whatever, yeah, that religion, absolutely confident. Is there any way for this person to exercise taqwa? It is a robot. Not a human being, it's a machine, like this machine. Unless I touch something, it doesn't do anything, apart from the program it has. Do you understand how sure you are about the truthfulness of your choice? Still, you have to be open to question, to reconsider. What I am doing is right or wrong? Reconsider it. It doesn't mean that you should live in a doubt always. I don't know whether what I am doing right or no. You have to be open, question, make decision, and follow. That progress, that process must be functioning. Open, question, decide, follow. But how, if you like, the word muttaqi in Arabic means you are careful about not making a wrong decision that will make you more sensitive about your decisions. It doesn't mean that you should be always hesitant. No, question it bravely. Is it right or wrong? If you say it's right, okay, I'm going to do it. And second time, question again. Is it right or wrong? If it is right, I'm going to do it. Why do we, for example, keep repeating in our prayers? For example, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That's man, we understood Allahu Akbar, that's enough. Why do you keep saying it? Why? At the beginning of each action, you are expected to decide that God is great means beyond the description of this universe. I admit that I am here to express this conclusion. Allahu Akbar, I decided. Accordingly, I will act. Do you see? So repetition, for example, they say Subhanallah so many times, doesn't matter, number is not important. I decided and I found the solution, conclusion. That's my conclusion. Subhanallah, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Why do you keep saying it again? Why? Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, right? Yeah, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, right? Reconfirming, that is taqwa. If you repeat it without thinking, it is not taqwa. It is imitation. Repetition. Just like a child, child, when they learn something, they keep repeating it at the young age, like that one. It is not human. I mean, adult human. Do you get it? So taqwa necessitates consciousness, but ever alive consciousness, if you like. That's why people chose God consciousness. Because if there is no consciousness, there is no taqwa. It means imitation. There is imitation. If there is imitation, it means you are not really trying to avoid from falling into a mistake. Okay? Right? Any question? What we understand taqwa? That's why we have to rethink and rethink and rethink. Always be alarmed. Not, I don't know what is right or wrong, is not taqwa. I think we have to make this decision. For example, reconsidering your decision, okay, I don't know, I thought about it and I didn't know. Yeah, for example, this is not taqwa. This is not the way we live actually in this world. What we have to do now, so far, what I found out, this decision was right, but it's not for sure absolutely. I should reconsider it. When you reconsider, if you say this way seems to be, or this action, or this way of understanding seems to be correct, what do you have to do? Yeah, decide and do it. Next time, reconsider it. That's why they say, for example, before you start the salah, you have to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar 4 times. If you keep saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, what are you doing? I'm counting. It is nothing. Do you understand? It is nothing. But anytime you say, it must have a very quick process of, yes it is, sure it is, sure it is. Huh? Because you must be alarmed. If you are not alarmed, you repeat. When you repeat, it is not worship. It is not human progress. Repetition doesn't help anybody. But anytime you repeat, it must be a means of reconsideration. What is, practically speaking, what is in the culture very prevalent, seeing that the Prophet said, if you say this, Qur'an says, for example, say, which is very famous word, good. Yeah, all those believers who say this, we understand that it is the repetition of tongue only. For example, let's say if you are in this such and such situation, oh, assalamu alaikum, you are just hiding on the corner. Okay, if you are in such and such condition, for example, the Prophet, I don't know whether it is true or not, but some people advised, but I don't know whether the Prophet advised or not. Read whatever, certain chapters, short chapters in the Quran. So you are in this position, in that situation, what you do now, you say, that is the most misunderstood matter in teaching, Islamic teaching, or maybe in other religions also. They say, or in Christianity, do you know that they are very famous, the prayers for certain times of the day, in the morning, before eating, after eating, but prayers. So just read it. No. Reading will be a means of reflecting. For example, Quran says, say God is one. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Okay, I said God is one, or Allahu ahad. Finish? No. Say means, look, you have to think, come to the conclusion, and express it with this language. Do you understand? If you don't think about it, if you just repeat, what does it mean? Think about it. What would it mean? Just said it. Your tongue expressed it, so what? If the teacher says, for example, I don't know what class shall we take? Oh, I don't know that. Geography class, you know. What is I don't know much about this. What shall I say? The capital city of United States is Washington. Okay, say the capital city of United States is Washington. Just repeat it. But when you have to make a decision about your choice, this is learning, but learning just memorizing. It is no good for anything, actually. Learning the capital city of some place, it's no good for your humanity. But practical reason, maybe. But your practice of your belief, practice of your decisions, definitely needs consciousness, awareness. Definitely. So say means think about the content of the sentence or the phrase I am suggesting to you. Unfortunately, this is very misunderstood and very widely and wrongly applied practice, just tongue saying. If you don't agree, tell me. Okay? Now, we studied this verse last week, and now we are here. Okay. Somebody can read it? Anybody? Okay.
كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع نادية سندع الزبانية.
So what's going on? It's an interesting book. Can you, you or somebody else, doesn't matter, and anybody read the English translation? The profile screen is not good. So, yep, English translation. Anybody? No, no one reads English. No. Okay.
Nay, if he desist not, we shall most surely drag him down upon his forehead, the lying rebellious forehead. Then let him call his associates. We will call the angels of hell.
Yeah. So what's going on here? As if when we read these verses, as if God is competing with somebody, threatening him. Don't you feel that? Don't you feel that? But in fact, when we start thinking about it in our own terms, so what is it? What is the verse referring to? This is he, the one who prevents people from worshiping or practicing their worship. But we studied what worship is, we studied what prayer is. Practicing worship is prayer. Now, we said we have to understand it within our own selves first. Somebody may try from outside, okay, but it is not a practical, very practical matter. What is always from ourselves, from within, something comes and says, come on, you don't have to do it. You can do it later on, or don't do it. So, or don't decide in this way. Follow my way. Any idea, anything occurs to you. So God is challenging here to teach us, saying that, look, if this idea comes to you, and doesn't let you practice what you want to do, so challenge him. Look, God will most surely drag him down upon his forehead. It means get him down. What does it mean? What do you understand from it in your personal life? Don't say that if somebody outside there stops me from practicing my religious belief. It's external. We studied this last week. It's external. It's nothing to do with me practicing now, because no one is really preventing me from doing anything. And especially, no one can prevent me from my God consciousness, my belief, my sense of worship. No one. So what does it mean for me? Anyone? From within, God is saying, from within yourself, you have to see that this idea, which prevents you from developing or improving your sense of worship and practicing it, is, if you like, what is the word? It deserves to be put down. It means it has no value. You know, somebody take from the forehead and smash the head on the ground. What does it mean? It has no power, no quality. What does it mean? You will understand that, is it really true? For example, it may occur to you that, oh, come on, who is going to consider always God and God, my creator? Let me entertain my life for a while, for example. What does it mean? This has no value whatsoever. It is worth to be crushed on the ground. Look at it, you will understand it. Think about it, you will understand it. Even, let's carry on, lying, rebellious forehead. It means, I understand from it, it has no truth at all. It has no reality at all, that it will convince you. It has no truth that will convince you. You will understand comfortably that it has no base. Think about it. For example, if you say, I don't want to really think about God and think about my worldly life, my worldly benefit. Or I will say that, you know, I'm not created. I happen to be like this. Can you really find one reasonable, acceptable reason that will convince you what you have chosen is really correct? Now, let him call his associates. Nadia is an historical Nadia, the Nedwed, in the Meccan period. It has its own historical context in that period, but there is no need because we don't have any. Nedwa here is a kind of small parliament. Nedwa means really majlis and small parliament, where the people used to get and consult and make decisions for the society. But we understand here now, associates. For example, if someone says, I am here, I want to entertain my life without thinking where I came from, what is the purpose of my existence, what am I expected to do here, without thinking. Can anybody or any idea support what you are doing is right? Can you find any evidence that what you have chosen is right? Can you? Do you understand? If You don't attribute your existence, your life, your purpose, your objective of your life to acknowledge God and to worship Him alone, follow the purpose He created you for. Think about it. Otherwise, whatever you do, can you really say that I have chosen this way and it is really correct for my humanity? That's why no one and no evidence you can find and support this idea. This verse says. You cannot find any support for this choice. It means neglecting your Creator. So it is within you. The Quran speaks. It is difficult because we keep hearing all these interpretations in terms of Meccan period. Right? So it reminds me only what happened 1400 years ago. Is it wrong? No, it is not wrong. It is right. It's absolutely right. What happened then? But Quran speaks to me. By definition, Quran was, the speech of God was revealed to a person, the prophet, only once. But the content of the Quran is not static. Content of the Quran is dynamic. Why? Because your Creator is speaking by definition. So it must be appropriate to your case. Do you follow this? Are you sure about it? Everybody, that's very important. Because Quran revealed only once, but what is revealed? An infinite knowledge is revealed. So people confuse. Quran reveals only once, and we have to understand this revelation within the conditions of that time. Impossible. It goes against the definition of the Quran itself, because Quran means, tell me, what is the Quran? Everybody knows it. What is the Quran? Speech of the Creator. Who is the Creator? The one who creates now, as well as 1400 years ago, as well as 1 billion years ago. So the capacity of the Quran is ever fresh. By definition. What does it mean? How are we going to read the Quran? So it was revealed 1400 years ago to a certain person who is the messenger. We understand, but I have to check it now and read it according to my own conditions. According to my own conditions. That's what we are doing here. That's why we don't go to what happened. Somebody was praying around Kaaba and in the vicinity of Kaaba, and somebody came and wanted to stop it. I'm not there. No one is coming and stopping me. The doors are open. You can come. There are here in this city 100, what maybe, I don't know, 500 masjid. Every masjid is open. No one is preventing you. So are you going to neglect these verses? No. These verses must be read within the conditions of your present day life. That's why we cannot go back. We have to go, we have to say, oops, I touched this. Okay. So we have to say, let him call his associates. Means if any idea comes to you, this text says, even if you you try to find out anything which justifies the wrong way, you cannot find any support for the wrong way. So be comfortable, be confident within yourself. I don't know whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. Maybe the other people also say this, or something comes to my mind. Maybe it is correct. Look for evidence. Look for evidence, whether it makes sense to you or not. You have to reevaluate. So the last one, he will call his associates, I will call the angels of hell. What does it mean? Zebania. So angels, there are people here. Let's say, we don't know who is all. Yeah, do we? No. But let's say not everybody is 100% correct. We make some mistakes. And there are some people also deny God. So what happens to them? Let's say, deny God, deny belief in God. What happens to them? God says, okay, we will call the angels of hell. What does it mean? For his claims, for his attempts to trying to convince people not to worship God. What does it mean? First, he will never have a substantial evidence that will convince any normal person. One. That's the first verse. You see, lying, rebellious forehead, and let him call his associates, whatever the evidence that supports him, bring them. They will not make sense to you. Don't be afraid of it. And God says, we created this universe within an order, a certain order, that whoever supports, comes up, or within yourself, when a wrong idea comes, it is encountered with, whenever, within yourself, it comes to your mind, with the angel of hell. What does it mean, angel of hell?
False meaning?
Sorry?
False meaning.
Yeah, but angel of hell means false meaning. Yes, make it more
Punishment.
practical. That's correct.
Self-punishment.
Self-consciousness tortures you that what you are doing is wrong. Because angels of hell, but not necessarily the angel, the word angel, but everything is created by the one who created the universe. And the creator says, don't worry, I will present you this idea. If this idea is wrong, I will create something for you that it will reject it. Do you understand? That feeling, you will understand, no, it is really not right. It is really not right. I just conditioned myself, or I just wanted to be on this side as a result of my free choice. But if you think I am my humanity, of course, not my egoistic side, you have to decide whether your egoistic side, or whether your humanity, real humanity. You have to decide. But God says in this text, I will definitely send an angel which will punish this idea, which means you will never have a peace of mind, peace of heart. You will never have a comfortable confidence decision. You will definitely experience something is wrong.
As a result of what?
Sorry?
As a result of what?
As a result of your wrong choice. This is the order. For example, the simple example, if you kill an innocent child, what happens? Angel of death comes to you. Zebani, not necessarily angel of hell. Not death. Angel of hell. It means hell is the representative of what? Hell. Hell is representative of what?
Guilt.
Sorry?
Guilt.
guilt, any mistake,
Yeah.
anything wrong, anything baseless, right? It's an excellent understanding. Thank you. Anything baseless, no reality. For example, like hell is not, I understand that. Hell is like you have some papers in your pocket or in your wallet or purse. You think that they are genuine. They are not, they are fake. So when you want to use it, you will be completely disappointed. Wrong. So the angel of hell will come and show you what you have chosen is wrong. That is within the order of the creation. Don't be frightened. Be open. Don't think that if I am wrong, what will happen to me? Just a minute. Sit. Use your free will. Decide. Look whether it's right or wrong. If you are convinced it's right, go ahead. If it is wrong, the angel of hell will come and remind you. Don't bother. You will start saying that, I think I'm doing something wrong. Yeah? When you neglect your reality, you got indulged into your, for example, forget about the purpose of your existence. They call it forget about the hereafter. I avoid this language because forget about hereafter. People think that, oh, I have to think of hereafter on the pray and fast, reduce it to certain actions only. But when you just forget about your purpose of existence, what you do at the end, oh, yeah, I'm doing this. I forgot everything. I concentrated on my worldly life as if I am going to stay or remain in this world eternally. I'm not going to be eternally here. So, for example, I want to buy something here. Let's say very substantial thing. Inshallah, you will buy one. So you buy a house, beautiful house in New York. You succeeded. What you do? I have been working for it for how many years, saving, arranging, etc. You may say, Alhamdulillah, doesn't matter, because it's unconscious saying. Usually, not you, I'm saying. Alhamdulillah doesn't help you. You have to really mean it. So this is given to you. You got into the house the first night. That's it. I achieved everything. That is the purpose of my life. American dream. One of it. So that's his dream has been fulfilled, accomplished. 10 years later, 20 years later, I will die. I'm not going to take the house with me. Huh? Angel of hell came to you. It is not the purpose of your life. Yes, you can buy a house, inshallah. So don't pay rent, inshallah. But it is not the purpose of your life. You get it? You get it, but never forget your purpose of your life. Never forget. Why are you here? Yes, you go and eat. Why are you here? To acknowledge the one who is blessing you with this beautiful bounties. Say, thank you. You are giving me this opportunity. I am entertaining my life because of your grace. So if you do something wrong, angel of hell comes and reminds you. There is no way to escape from it. The last one.
So you have to be conscious as well, right? It's like a meaning that you get. So let's say you're doing something wrong, and like you said, you have this guilt feeling within yourself, and you feel it. It's that your awareness is making you realize that there's something wrong. So that's the angel. That's the meaning, is helping you shift your focus of.
One condition. I think you You are stuck there. So one condition, from the very beginning of today's class, what we have been saying, use your free will. If you don't use your free will and say whether this way or this way, yeah, but you are a religious guy, say, I'm following religion, I'm fine, you are stuck. Or I am going to entertain my life in the world. I don't care about religion. I don't know what will happen after I die. Most probably I will just go into annihilation or non-existence and finish. I will entertain my life. Doesn't matter. If you stop questioning, what happens?
Angel of hell will never come to you.
Yeah. It means there is a signpost in front of your house of your body, your spirit. Stop, no entry. You cannot get any message. It means you kill yourself. It means you are not a human being anymore. Right? Open. That's why in a sloganic language, some people say, I also say, I love it. Freedom comes before everything. Before religion, before belief, before worship, anything. If someone doesn't use his or her freedom, he is not a human being. He may be a religious man, he may be an irreligious man, I don't know, rich, poor, or professional, or laborer, doesn't matter. No freedom, no humanity. Do you understand this? In order to believe or be a believer, first one has to be free.
What's interesting is that it says angels of hell, not just angels, because hell is associated usually
But
with.
angels to come to you to help you.
Why does it specify of hell? Like,
Yeah, because they come and tell you that what you are doing is wrong. Like the operator,
okay.
yeah, the operator in the operation. So come with this knife, how they are called? They are very sensitive knives.
Utensils.
Sorry?
Utensils.
But yeah, but in the operation room, surgeons use this knife.
Scalpel.
Scalpel? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will learn it inshallah. So scalpel and angels of hell come and cut the harmful part of the thing in your body. Take it out. They are angels, but they are cutting. So if I make a wrong decision, angel comes and tells me that what you are doing is wrong. But this is a help for me. But in which way? By giving me pain. That showing me that what I have chosen is wrong. Do you think that when you make a mistake, or let's say harm somebody, yes, harm somebody, let's say, I don't know, tortured somebody, innocent person, go home and say, how would you know it's wrong? How did you do? What did you do what you did was wrong? How would you know? You have to feel the pain. That is angel giving you pain. That is most of the people, conscious people, of course, not imitators. The conscious people say, hell is the place where human mistakes are cleaned. How do you clean that?
By recognizing your mistake.
Cutting it, sanding it, right? Burning it. What do? You know, when you have scrap metals, what do? To have a new metal out of all of them, what do?
They melt it.
They melt them. Or what, do they melt them with the cold water? How do they melt them? fire. Yeah, these are angels. So that all the rust, unnecessary things will be burned. Right? And the real humanity will appear. So, for example, when you have a dirty cloth or dress, dirty cloth, laundry, what do? Go and take it to the laundry or put it into the washing machine. What the washing machine does in order to get the dirt out. And you put some detergent, what do? They take the dirt, this chemical reaction. They catch the dirt and take it out. This is what I mean? Now, all the descriptions of torture in hell is in fact the actions of angels helping us. But I don't want to be. If you don't want to be taken to the laundry or melting pot, you have to be or choose to be clean or not rusted scrap metal. You have to be a perfect metal. You have to prepare, or you have to preserve your original way of creation. Don't distort it. I don't want to go to hell. All right, I don't want to go to hell either. No one wants to go to hell. If I don't want to be taken to the laundry shop or laundry, I should be clean. Do you wash the clean clothes? No. So, angel of hell. Okay, the last one, we have to finish this, inshallah, today. So, no, don't obey him. God says, please, don't torture yourself. Don't obey. Don't choose this option, wrong option, which prevents you from worshiping God or accepting or realizing the truth. But prostrate yourself. That's beautiful. Prostrate yourself and draw near to God. It means get closer to the truth. Submit yourself to the truth. Because truth, when you think about it, you definitely will feel it. That is the truth. Can you look at yourself? Can you not easily see that I am made? Somebody created me. Somebody gave me all this, and somebody prepared everything for me. Isn't that clear? Isn't that obvious? Is or no? You are made, and everything is prepared for you. The perfect arrangement everywhere. And your heart works, your liver works, your lungs work, your kidneys work, your digestive system, nerve system, blood circulation, brain, everything. This is just the physical side or biological side. How about your existence? How about your human feelings? It's obvious that we are made. We are prepared and put here and set free. Use your freedom, be honest with yourself, and when you see the truth, don't resist. Submit. Yeah, this is true. I have to follow this way. I have to follow this understanding. Yeah, I have to follow. Anytime you are doing something, every time we make decisions. So prostrate yourself. Prostrate yourself means really put yourself down, say, I have nothing, everything is given to me. Do you understand? I have nothing from myself, everything is given to me. Is it clear? Prostration means this. Why do we put our head there? To express this, to physically to express this. Look, tell your body, no, you don't exist by yourself. You are created. Your body is under your Free will. If you want to put your body in a certain position, you can do it. If you don't, for example, if you want to sit, you sit. If you want to stand up, you stand. You stand up. Your body doesn't have an independent decision. It is you are given. It means the soul, the human spirit, is given the freedom to control the body, not the body to human spirit. So tell your body you are created, admit it, and express it. How do you express it? The Prophet says, prostrate. Yeah, show that. But you have to admit this, submit, and you will come to the waqtarib, you will come to the truth, ultimate truth. You will be qareeb, getting closer to the truth. You will be just attaching yourself to your creator. So as soon as you confirm your creator, you are directly connected to your creator. Where do you find the creator? Within yourself, within your own being. Whatever you do, it is created by the one who created me. It's very simple. You are directly related to it. So if anybody wants to see God, he sees God in his own, who will complete creation. His own creation. Whatever you have, you say, I cannot create this. It is created for me. So you will find God. The God says, I am very close to you, closer than jugular vein. It means within your own existence, I am there. You find it. Do you understand? You find it. You can find it. Just think about it. Don't run away. Don't be lazy. Use your freedom, inshallah. Any question? Prostrate and get closer to your God. How you get closer to your God? Not by traveling somewhere and going to visit God somewhere. By realizing or admitting, confessing your reality that you are given everything. Nothing belongs to you. As soon as you realize this, you find God, the creator, next to you. Right? That's why get closer. Draw near to God. Drawing near to God. It's very easy. It's not difficult at all. Again, the last sentence of today's class is, don't be afraid or don't be lazy. Use your freedom. If you don't use your freedom, you are stuck. You don't make any progress. You will understand, inshallah. Okay, next week we will start the chapter Qalam. It's the next one. This chapter is the first, chronologically the first chapter revealed, not all of it, but most of it. The next chronologically revealed chapter is Qalam, chapter Qalam. Why? We have to think about it. When the first revelation came to a society, everything, no one knew anything. They just were lost in tribalism, okay? How the Quran formed, educated, developed these people historically. So every human being should go through the same journey. That's why we are following the chronological revelation roughly. So you have to say, I have to start from here. The subjects, the most important subjects that you are going to be engaged with is the subjects of these verses. Start from there. And then you will go on your journey and make progress, inshallah. That's why we are following this way. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وآخر دعواهم الحمد لله رب العالمين.